Hey, what's going on? Tim here. All right, so no, it's been a while since we did a review. I just got back from vacation and I come to see my entire porch and yard is just covered in leaves and acorns have fallen all over the place. So I thought, hey, this might be a great time to go ahead and show you all the leaf blower that I use. And it is a leaf blower and mulcher all in one. We'll get into it. All right, let's go. All right, so as you can see, this is the nasty, disgusting mess that I am working with. All right, very, very nasty. And over here is my yard covered in leaves. Go away on vacation and it just turns right back into a mess. All right, so what we got working here is the Black & Decker leaf blower and mulcher all in one. It is an electric based one. All right, I did that because I really just was underestimating how big an acre size lot was. And yeah, I do have to have like a 100-foot extension cord to reach my whole backyard and reach my front yard. So that part does kind of stink, but at the same time, it is decently powerful and does a pretty good job when you need it to. Before we get into the demonstration, I do want to show you just a couple of the features. All right, so number one, in the leaf blower configuration, it has an attachment that's right here, easy to take on and off. This little guy right here does a pretty good job. All right, you just unlatch it and that's it. All right, put it on, hook it up, good to go. To turn it on, you go ahead and just flip the switch. And if you notice here, this switch is a little busted up. There's a reason for that, because this switch actually had a tendency to be stuck. And that was pretty annoying. I don't know if this is common on all of them, but this is what I experienced. So I actually have to take a screwdriver sometimes, put it in there and push it up. Once I do it the first time, it's pretty good to go ahead and use your thumb for afterwards. But I don't know what it is, if it freezes up or what, if it's not used for a while, that you have to actually go in there and use this thumb switch. I don't get it, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It also has this little power boost right here, which go ahead and give it a little bit of extra power. I rarely use this. I might use it if I'm, really trying to blow some super thick stuff away, or if I'm really trying to suck up some thick stuff. I'll show you what it sounds like. All right, that is the blower configuration, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a demonstration right now on how this blower actually works. All right, so as you can see, the blower actually works, pretty decent. I've had this for roughly about a year now, and the blower, I have been impressed with it. There's not much that this thing cannot blow away. All right, let's go ahead, let's go ahead and take a look at the sucker, or the mulcher, for more politically correct term. Okay, well, here's the extra components to the sucker, or once again, politically correct term, the mulcher. All right, so first attachment is gonna be this. This is what you're actually gonna use to suck up. And this is the nice little handle it's got. It's made out of kind of a plastic material. If you're not careful, you're banging it around, it probably will chip. It has not happened to me in the year that I had it, but I would say it's just a nice little plastic material, nothing too crazy, not too strong, but not too weak either, just about right. And it's nice and light. And yeah, and then this is the bag attachment that you have that comes with it. All right, this end hooks up on the side where the blower portion normally is. And what you'll do, you'll fill up, and honestly, I just give it a little 2 or 3 wraps. And then from there, go ahead, click it in. It's got 2 little backpack straps right here. And that's it. You just put it on and good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and show you how to hook all this stuff up. All right, so when you do hook this thing up, you are gonna need a screwdriver, a tool, is needed to actually rip off the little guard from the fan, and it was not supplied when I bought this, and if it was, I honestly didn't see it. So I just use a little screwdriver, just a little Phillips. It works perfectly. So step one right here, all right, you're gonna need to take this guard off. This guard is to protect you from the fan when you're using the blowing motion. So too easy, just right inside here is where you're gonna go ahead and put the screwdriver to go ahead and pop it off. Just like that. Very simple. Very simple, very easy. And you're just literally pressing this button down that's right here with the screwdriver. And this is the fan that it's protecting you from right there. So that way you don't get cut up when you are using the blower. Very important, and very important that you are using this when you're using the blower. This is the guard that comes with the blower. You just go ahead and set that off to the side now because you don't need it anymore. Once again, to unattach this, just press this button down, lift up, good to go, done. For the mulcher, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go ahead and take this part, take this. There's a little slot that's made for it. This part right here, you're gonna pop it in. And just like that, it just snaps right in. Not too hard, very easy. I will say one of my issues with this was that there is a little bit of wiggle room right here. And I don't know if that came over time. It didn't affect the sucking pretty much at all as far as I can tell, but there is a little bit of wiggle room right there. Probably just the design of the plastic and always popping it on and off, wearing down over time. That's the only thing I could think of. So yeah, watch out for that. Now for the bag, before you hook it up, if you have used this once, I would recommend going in there and thoroughly checking out to see if you have anything that's stuck in here that didn't get blown up. It hasn't been a real big issue, but I did have one problem one time where I thought the thing was broken. It just wasn't sucking strong enough. And here there was actually a clog in the bag itself. So I had to actually reach down in the bag. And as you can see right here, see, look at this. This stuff's all caught up in there. And what this mostly is due to pine needles, all right? If you have a lot of pine needles in your yard, they will have a tendency to get stuck in this blower through the bag. It'll get sucked up and it'll go through, but it'll have a tendency to clog up this bag. So if you have a lot of long pine needles like I do, pretty much these things, yeah, you're gonna get some clogs and you're gonna have to reach down there and grab it out every so often. Not super often. Like I said, I've only had to mess with that once really, but you will get those clogs. So just be advised of that if you got long pine needles. Now for the bag, once again, roll it. I give about 2, click it in. I find it easier to go ahead and strap the bag on first. Then you're gonna take this part right here and you're gonna go ahead and just click it in where the blower portion was. And now you're good to go. Well, let's go ahead and give a demonstration. All right, hey, so you can see the leaves sucked up real good. The biggest issue right here was the pine needles. Once again, they're getting stuck right up in here and it's preventing you from locking up the leaves. So once again, like I said, if it's just leaves, you're straight, you're good. You don't gotta worry about it. But if you got a lot of pine needles and other things like that, you are gonna have some issues and you're gonna have to actually go in there and unclog this thing. Sometimes a good shake, you know, can work it, but a lot of the times you just gotta unhook, go back in the bag like I showed you before, reach down in there and actually grab out those pine needles clogging up. Kind of annoying if you got the pine needles. All right, so once again, that is that Black & Decker leaf blower and mulcher in a nutshell. Overall, after a year of having it, for the leaves, it works great. Blowing, I have no issues. It's a great blower. Sucking, on the other hand, does become an issue, especially because I have these long pine needles everywhere. And those pine needles have the tendency of getting stuck inside that bag. So if you have a lot of pine needles, just be prepared if you are gonna get this to go ahead and reach down and grab it. Now, if you find a leaf blower that works well with pine needles or a leaf mulcher that works well with pine needles, hey, then by all means get that. This one doesn't work so well with it. Well, hey, I hope this was informational. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and leave a comment down below. Let me know how, you know, this thing worked for you if you have it, and if you don't, once again, leaves, great. Blowing, great. Mulching, meh if you have pine needles. All right, y'all have a good one. Artillery Life, out.